Hey, what's happening everybody? Charles Maring here, and today we're going to learn something alongside one another, and that's how to replace a modeling lamp in a Profoto D1 unit. I went to go do a photo shoot this weekend, turned on the light and realized that the modeling lamp had burned out. Strobe worked fine, obviously, but sometimes we have to do some replacements on things, and so I've never actually done this before, but I looked at the instructions. It looks really easy, so I thought we would learn alongside each other and just talk strobe a little bit while we're doing it. But first, let's cut to the intro. So yeah, I can't overstate the importance as a still photographer to learn how to use strobe effectively. Not only is it cool for lighting your subjects, but it allows you to compete with the sun creatively or other bright sources. It also allows you to stop action unlike anything else. And when we talk about stopping action, a lot of times we talk about shutter speeds, we talk about high ISOs, but really strobe is the ultimate way to stop action, keep it sharp and very precise. So it's one of the things that I've learned to use effectively, and it's made a big difference in my career, to say the least. But today it's all about replacing this modeling lamp, and then I'll talk about the two different Profoto units that I'm using currently, kind of separate them a little bit. But let's dive in here. Now, number one, the Profoto unit here is a Profoto D1. The D1s you have to plug in, and I just want to make sure real quick that I grab the right one because I have a couple of these, and let's see, we turn it on. These run on plug-in power, as you can see, and if I fire the modeling lamp, it does work, yes. But if I try to fire the prop here, the modeling lamp, it does not work. So I grab the right one, that's a good thing. We will turn it off and unplug. The D1 and B1 as well, which we'll talk about next, has a glass kind of tube, or I should say cover up here, and it has these little prongs here. If you push it, it's very spongy, and we need to get this glass out of here. So what I have found, having done something with a strobe like this before, is a little guitar pick works wonders for this. Yes, you can do it with your fingernail, but chances are you're going to hurt yourself. And then you just kind of shimmy it out really simply, really easily, well, with any luck, here, and just kind of work your way. Come on, there it is. Boom, pops right out. You'll see inside of here that we have the flash tube, which is this bigger tube. This is the modeling lamp in the very center. So ordered my modeling lamp here, got it in, got it from Adorama, and I'm just gonna open it up. Now they say not to touch halogen bulbs with your fingers because it can weaken them. So I'm just gonna get this right to the edge here, and I have a glove that I'm gonna grab this with. First, let's get this on and let's pull out the old one, and it looks like it's just a straight pull. So we just kind of wiggle, get it out there, perfect. And then let's just take the new one. Simply put, you see the two holes there? Line it up. Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, there it is. And wiggle, it's in. That should be it with any luck. Let's plug it in and find out. Yep, and just kind of jump in here. We will plug this in, turn it on, and we have a modeling lamp. We are golden, so that's good. Turn it on, turn it off. Everything's working just fine. We'll just turn it off again here. Unplug it. That's all it was. It was that simple. So we'll just take off our glove, and now we'll try to put this cover back on. Now, putting the cover back on is about as easy as it was to get off, which is kind of nice. So I'm just gonna kind of line it up in here. And one thing I've found is there's a tool that works really well for this. Just gotta get it in the top two. Did I? I did it upside down. You can tell one is frosty, one is kind of smoother, the smoother side out here. And I'm just gonna do this. Now, here's the problem. You get to this point where you can't quite get it. And what I have found is this little tool, which is like a pick with like a 45-degree angle on it. Really simple here. I found this makes it really easy because you can just kind of get it under the little clip here and pop it in, boom, locks into place, and it's that simple to replace the modeling lamp on a D1 or a B1 unit for that matter as well. So there's two flashes that I use primarily. I use the Profoto D1s in the studio because they run on power. We can plug them into the wall. They'll go all day. The modeling lamp is bright. The one thing I don't like about the D1 is it does have a pretty loud fan in it when it comes to the cooling of the unit. And so when I want to shoot video, the D1, while I can do it, you will hear the fans in the background. So I don't really love that. So a lot of times, I still will use them here and there, but a lot of times I'll turn to the B1 unit, which is what we have behind me here. The difference is the B1 runs on a battery. I've talked about this before here on our channel. These batteries last and last and last. I love it. It just pops in just like so, plugs on. You can turn it on. These two have a modeling lamp in them, and they really, you don't hear. It's not as powerful as the D1, but you don't hear this fan kicking all the time. And so this I actually will use even for video sometimes. There is a fan, you can barely hear it. You get close. But it's not very loud, so this really works out well. I can use this for video sometimes, complementing the strobe stuff that we do. I love that in the studio. But there is a new unit that is more powerful than this or any of these. It is the B1X unit. Looks pretty much identical to the B1. The B1X though is quite an upgrade from the original B1 in that there is an LED lamp in it for the modeling lamp, and it's 24 watts I do believe, and it's much more powerful and brighter than the LED lamp in the B1, making it more useful for video applications when we're kind of doing this hybrid thing and going back and forth. The other thing is that the batteries for the B1X last, they say 50% longer, and I believe it because when I was out at WPPI photographing in the Lumix trade show booth, what I realized was that yes, I burned the modeling lamp literally all day long and ran the strobes all day long, and I think we changed the battery out once or twice is all. And that's for an entire day of shooting on the trade show floor, running both the props or modeling lamps and firing strobes all day, photographing models. So dramatic improvement. I would love to have the B1X units, but I'm already in this stage here, so this is working out fine for me. But certainly I hope to move in that direction at some point in the near future because I would love to have that additional power. I would love to have a little bit more brighter head unit here. Now, you're going to hear a lot that Profoto makes very expensive lights. It's true, they're pricey, but I got to tell you, having used other strobes in my career, I got to say that in my opinion, there really is no better brand when it comes to photography. And I do love that every time I'm in a rental studio, whether I'm in New York City or overseas, Profoto seems to be the brand that is there. So it makes sense to learn on and utilize the system at home that you're going to be renting when you are in a rental studio or in a commercial space in another city. So that's another good thing. But that's how we changed the modeling lamp on the D1 unit. Really simple, not a whole lot to it. I appreciate you, everybody. We're going to be bringing more tutorials, more tips to our channel here at Together in Style. Our vlog is going to be changing formats a little bit. We're going to shorten the length of them and try to make it a point to make a point in each and every one. And I'm hoping that means it'll allow us to bring them to you more frequently as well. We're trying to figure out our little YouTube angle here, but having a lot of fun sharing and doing it. So that's a wrap for today. Appreciate you. Have a great one, everybody.